Okay, so welcome to this Hangout. Today we're going to be looking at Blogger as an ePortfolio. Now, there's lots of ePortfolios out there. At the institution I work at, we use Google Apps for education, and I was thinking about it and thinking what constitutes a good ePortfolio. So I thought what we'll do is I'll share my screen and we'll have a look at a little presentation. What I've done is I've just found a couple of definitions of what is a good portfolio. So let's dive in and screen share. So we'll just find the right screen for you. Let's try that. I'll stop that one. We'll find the right screen share momentarily. Okay, so let's try that now. So dive in and try again. There we are. Okay. So, what is an ePortfolio? So I thought it'd be useful to look at a couple of definitions that are out there already. So the first definition, and you can see it on the screen, but I'll read it anyway. In general, an ePortfolio is a purposeful collection of information and digital skills, digital artifacts that demonstrates the development or evidence learning outcomes, skills or competences. The process of producing an ePortfolio, writing, typing, recording, etc., usually requires the synthesis of ideas, the reflection on achievements, self-awareness, forward planning, with the potential educational and developmental and other benefits. So you can see who that extract was taken from. In essence, a collection of evidence that learners can put together where they can reflect on what it is that they've learnt, and potentially they can use it to showcase to universities or potential employers the skills and attributes that they have. So we'll just have a quick look at the definition number 2. Same sort of thing. Essentially, an ePortfolio is a product created by learners, a collection of digital artifacts articulating learning both in formal and informal experiences and achievements. Learners can create a presentational ePortfolio using tools and systems. As part of the production process, learners can support and develop one or more skills such as collecting, selecting, reflecting, sharing, collaborating, annotating, presenting, and they can be described within that ePortfolio. So, having looked at those two definitions and thought about, well, actually, how would tutors at my institution use it, and where could it be used? So I was reflecting on that and thinking about the departments where it could be useful. And one of the ones which jumped out at me was the sports tutors. It's well known that videos are filmed to help sportsmen and women look at what they're doing and improve technique. And potentially, it would be useful for the students to be able to pull together these videos, any research that they're doing, and present it in one space. But I had to think about it and pull together the features which I thought would constitute a good platform for an ePortfolio. Obviously, the first one is the ability to reflect, the ability to maybe add in typed information. There may be assignments and other evidence that they want to showcase as part of this. So the ability to be able to link or embed files was something else that was really important. If we're looking at the example of sports tutors, then the ability to add videos, embed videos, demonstrating the skills that they've learned. We've already mentioned that one key factor or key facet of an ePortfolio is the fact it can be shared with a variety of people. So the ability to share with specific or publicly the post that you're making. One of the key things also is to demonstrate distance travelled, all about how far the learner has gone. So blogs always come with a dated entry. So there's none of this, as I used to do with my art portfolio, rushing to cram it full of stuff right at the end of the course. The dated entry allows you to see that distance travelled, that progress made. And then from a tutor's point of view and an external assessor's point of view, it's being able to look at specific evidence related to certain parts of the criteria. So by using the tags or the labels as they are in Blogger, that tagged evidence, so you could go straight to the bit of evidence that you're looking for. And then the final aspect, the ability for peers and tutors to give feedback via the comment section. So they were the sorts of features that I thought would be useful for an ePortfolio. So let's stop the screen share. So having got all of those together, I started then to look at how I could map those to Blogger. And what I've done is I've produced a presentation, which I'll share with you all after this, which has those features. But I will just showcase some of them now for you quickly. So we'll go back to screen share. And we'll go back to my blog. We'll just find that momentarily. So how would we do this? How would we make a Blogger as an ePortfolio tool? So let's bring up my screen share. So I'm going to go into my blog. So I've now got my blog up, and let's talk about how I think the features of Blogger could be used. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to view the blog as it is currently. And if we're choosing dynamic views within Blogger, it automatically shows, as you roll over it, the description and the date. We can also, from there, if students have tagged their posts, we can use the label function. And if this was an ePortfolio, we'd be able to look via the label function at evidence relating to a specific part of the criteria that they're working towards. So that's just looking at the blog as it stands. So we go back to a post. So let's dive into a post and look at how we can do this. So we'll go back to compose. So when it comes to tagging posts, is one of the features we thought was quite key. Students can go into labels and they can add those tags there. So a tutor could provide them with a list of tags that relate to specific evidence that they need to demonstrate in their ePortfolio. Students could then add those tags down the side, and then, as I've shown you already, when they're viewing the blog, the tutor or the assessor would be able to see examples that relate to certain criteria that they're being assessed on. So that's adding a tag. Other things that we talked about being useful to add was the ability to type stuff. So what we can do is we'll create a new post, and obviously you can type in what you want. If there was links to websites, they could add a link very easily to that. They can also very quickly insert pictures that evidence the skills that they've acquired. So when it comes to typing and reflecting, adding images, it's very straightforward. Also, they've got video evidence they want to add. They can click insert video. If they've got some videos on their own YouTube channel, they can search to find that video. They can then choose it and add the video. So we can add videos as well as our text and our images. But if you're working on Google Apps, as we are at this institution, then there may be a need to link to a document. Now, they could just click link to a document, or they could embed a document. And the way that they can do that within Google Apps, and we'll just change the screen share for a moment, so I'll stop that one and go to a different one, is they could go into their Google Apps file. In the case of this one, it's a Google Drive file, a Google Drawing. They could go to File, they could go to Publish to Web. They could choose the size they want to publish it, and then hit Publish, and then pick up the embed code, copy that code. They could then go back to their blog post. I'm just flicking my screen shares around. And having done that, they could jump in to HTML, paste in their embed code, go back to compose, and their Google drawing has been embedded in. So it's a way of pulling together lots of evidence, whether it be videos, whether it be just them typing their reflections or inserting images, or whether it's embedding Google Drive or Google Drawing documents. I think Blogger potentially works as quite a useful tool as an ePortfolio. Now, the final thing is the sharing settings. And within Blogger, you can choose which and how your blog is published. So whether it's published publicly or whether it's a private blog and you allow specific people access. So when it comes to publishing that blog, they can do it that way. Now, some institutions, when their students leave, they close their Google Apps accounts. So to get around that, potentially a student could add their own blog as their own account as a authoring tool, and they could post via that one. And then when they leave, they can obviously take Blogger with them, or they can use Google Takeout to take it away. Now, one of the key advantages over some systems such as Mahara is it's all cloud-based, and the institution isn't having to provide the server in order to provide the space for which the portfolio is placed on. So hopefully you found that useful. I will post some links to videos on how to do all of what I've shown. And if you have any questions or any thoughts, comment in the link at the bottom of the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.